The topic is, how can we build a better relationship between women? Okay? Now this topic we are about to discuss, I feel like it was very much needed. When I think of the word woman, I think of strength. I also think of a woman as being like the roots to a tree. Okay? That makes sense? Okay. I feel like we give birth, we raise and we teach our children. We support and we nurture and love our men unconditionally. But unfortunately, when it comes to women, we stand guard, you know, like we being attacked. You know, we refuse to let a woman get close to us, no matter who she is. You know, before we even say hello, we already prejudge this woman. And I feel like we're very standoffish, territorial. We don't even give. Okay, although I know this isn't the case for all women, it is for most. So we're only going to speak from experience and our very own opinion, and in hopes of broadening awareness of building a better relationship between women. So joining the panel, we're going to start from that end as he introduces himself.
My name is Mikael Los. I basically think it's a natural instinct for women. It's instinctual for animals, it's instinctual for female humans as well. It's just a territorial thing. But I don't think it's just women, it's men also. I just think people like, you know, it's my territory, so stand back.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion.
Tell me about your book.
Yeah, I'm a CEO, president of So Real Publications, entrepreneur, author. My first book was Pancakers. My second book is to drop late October. It's called Get It Girls. You can get it at SoRealProductions.com, or you can get it author Mikael Los at gmail.com. Or you can get it at Hood Books headquarters, or where else? Amazon.com and Target.com also.
Hello, my name's Aria Johnson. I'm glad to be here today, invited by Miss Janice Carter, Girlfriends Talk Magazine. First want to say thank you, Janice, for bringing us together as women. It's a very needed topic of awareness.
Don't forget that thing.
And oh yes, and for men too, to broaden the awareness to men too. Basically, I'm here to just show my support for Janice, and I try to express love and kindness and positivity to everyone that I meet. I try to reach out and give them a hug, greet them with a friendly smile. I think a hello goes a long way each day. And I think that it's time that we start to unite as women and stop the hating and the negativity and the stereotyping, and just try to move forward in a positive direction of life and support one another. Events like these, and my coworker Erica Wilson's back there doing her candle thing. I try to support all her candle parties that she has to help her business get off and running. I'm just glad to be here today. I'll pass this on to Lady D.
My name is Dee Townsend, and I was invited also as well by Janice, and through Facebook. And I have a career, but I'm also an entrepreneur as well. I have a company, Diamond Dynasty Entertainment Group, and I promote positivity through music. And I also host events, and I give other entrepreneurs opportunities to come out and promote their businesses, as well as support positive music. And the main reason why I came out today is because I feel like I support other people that are entrepreneurs, other people that are trying to do positive things within the community. I think we could build better relationships by supporting what it is that we do. And this gives us an opportunity to talk to each other. I think a lot of today's problems with women is that we don't talk to each other. We come in contact with each other, but we have a problem speaking. We have a problem approaching each other because there is a guard up for whatever reason. I think in society we've just been programmed to, you know, be on guard and just kind of be standoffish. But this gives us the opportunity to communicate. Even today, just sitting here on the panel, you know, we're conversing. You know, that's the main thing, is we're communicating. And it's an opportunity to do so. We need more of that, more opportunities to communicate with each other openly and positively.
Hi, I'm Rosie Smith, and I'm here today to support my best friend, Dennis. Standoffish.
Yes, I am.
My name is Carol King. I'm really here to support Janice Carter and Girlfriends Talk magazine, but also just to see if I can gain some wisdom and some knowledge on how we could, as women, just come together and just be a little bit better toward each other and a little more respectful. I'm a behavior specialist for Goodwill, and it would just be good to know, even with helping them at work, how we could just build better relationships, period, all the way around. So that's pretty much why I'm here.
Okay. Well, let's start by saying I read this book, Player Hate Her, by Katrina Chambers and Taj Johnson George, Eddie George's wife. I think it was a book that made women look at themselves, right? And some of the points that they talked about was they truly, and I believe, men are the #1 reason why women can't get along. So we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But they also pointed out jealousy. Women allow jealousy, lies, and rumors to divide us. Lack of confidence and love in ourselves. And before we even speak to women, we have already analyzed those women, and we don't even give them a chance, you know, to make that first impression on us. So my first question is, do you believe men are the #1 reason why women can't get along?
Oh, absolutely not. First of all, I'd like to say, I wouldn't have took this time to point out women's inadequacies, not at all. I'm personally, you know, for uplifting the women. So I think we can, all of us can take a subjective look at ourselves. Men, children, it doesn't make a difference. But I don't feel like it's a man's problem that women don't get along. First thing I hear out of a woman's mouth, I don't care, young, old, white, black, Vietnamese, I don't deal with other women. And then, if you see a woman and she's all predominantly hanging out with males, the first thing another woman gonna say is she's a slut, she's a tramp, she fucking everybody men. They could just be hanging out, they could just be, you know, conversing, they could be business partners, it really doesn't matter. The first thing another woman gonna say about her is something, you know what I mean, negative. Instead of letting people into their relationship and finding out what it really is. So it's not actually the men, it's the women. It's the women and they negative connotation of other women.
Well, I definitely would have to disagree with men being the #1 reason why women can't get along. I really don't agree with that, Janice. It starts within ourselves, I think. A lack of confidence, a lack of self-respect, not being satisfied where we are in life, where we feel we have to put another woman down just because of the jealousy or the insecurities that we might feel within ourselves. That's why we have to rise above that and stop blaming men for our inadequacies, for things that we should be doing to further our education and our self-development. And it starts with us. I think once you're happy with yourself, you can be happy with other people, and you spread that. It's like an infectious disease. It spreads. I don't think a man has anything to do with me not liking Sally or Mary down the street. I think that's something that probably would have to come within me for that reason.
I think I agree with Aria. I don't believe that's the number one reason. I can't say that's the number one. I think that if a woman is using that she's using that as an excuse because there's something within her that she may be insecure about, or there's a further deeper issue that's just an excuse, or that's something that can be used as a reason why they don't like it. But I don't think it's the number one reason. I don't think it would be a root cause. I think it's something deeper, something
Well,
insecure.
let me say this. Everybody know me at this table. I think the way I carry myself, I'm very respectful to everyone, you know. But the women that I've seen it come across, the relationship, the friendship or whatever, don't seem to last as long, you know. Whether it might be like the company I might keep, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, the type of man I might choose. I don't know what it is, but all my fallouts with women seem to be over a man, you know? Not the fact that it was their man or, you know, we fighting over a man, but they don't like this man. You know, I'm not speaking for everybody when I talk about myself, you know? The way I look at it is, I'm grown. Let me bump my head if I want to. I'll listen. But when you go too far to prove that point to me, you out of line. You know, so that's how I feel about the man situation. I'm not blaming a man for us as women not being able to deal with each other. I'm just saying sometimes that reason is a man, no matter what role he might play in that situation.
You could keep a lot of things going between the women.
Right. Like you have a man, you'll meet a man and he'll tell you that your friends that you've been running with for years are not your friends. You know? That type of stuff. And then it just roller coaster, on down, on up, on down, and then you got a big drama, a big mess. So, you know.
I disagree on the number one reason. I don't think that's the number one reason why women don't get along, but I do think that it plays a big part. Men do. I do. For the reasons that Janice said, and just it didn't play.
You might find those that try to manipulate your mind and to
Yeah,
try to isolate you.
And I'm
try
not
to
saying all
dominate you. You
men
might
or
find those.
all
those
women,
type of
like,
men.
cause some women you just don't get along with for it could be a stupid reason, but you just don't. But I say 85% of the time is because of a man, one way or another.
If he's manipulative.
But it could be a mature.
It might not be,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying it's because of the man, like he's doing something wrong, like she said, it might be your friend don't like that man. Y'all not getting along because she wants you to do this, and you're not doing that.
I agree and I disagree. Because I do think that the number one reason is a man, but not per se as in a man is actually spearheading it. But I think as women, we make it about the man ourselves. I think that's the issue. A man can play a culprit in it and not even know he is the culprit in it. He can be the innocent one, but we don't like each other because of whatever reason. We want him, he does her better. We feel he ain't no good, this, that, this, and the other, and he can play that, he doesn't know what's going on, but here we are, we don't like each other because of that. I think a lot of it is us women within ourselves, we put the man as the number one reason a lot.
Okay. Anybody out there would like to say anything?
Yeah, talk louder.
Would anybody out there like to say anything about the question? Okay, well, the second question, which I think we pretty much already answered, was what is your personal belief in why women can't get along? So, anybody Anybody want to say anything else about that? Did you already answer? Evil. Evil. Well, I had Alex tell me something about women. Would you like to share that?
What? Which one?
What you told me this morning in the car about women, how we wear a mask, especially when we get our periods.
Yeah.
Come on up, Matt. We would like to hear about that one from a young man's perspective.
Right.
I mean, I guess this is where it's gonna start at, cause he had an opinion to share, so we'll let him. Go ahead.
I got my older sister and my mom. When the mom comes, they be on their period. They be all grumpy and mean. And they just got their own ways. They blame the man for everything. They blame them for everything not happening. It was your fault that happened. You was talking too much. You was the one on the phone talking about it.
So what you saying is we're a little too hormonal, we're a little
Naturally, yeah.
yeah, okay.
So we're naturally
Crappy.
just crappy, right?
So we're already at a disadvantage in relationships with anybody because,
Yeah, I would
as I
take
just
that.
said, we're crappy already.
I would take that because
Yeah.
we have a lot on our shoulders as women, and we deal with a lot. We keep a lot inside too. So I think at the wrong time it might come out and express itself in the wrong way, but I thought that was interesting
Yes.
for a 10-year-old to be telling me that this morning, because I'm like, what do you know about periods? So, thank you, Alex. Okay, the next question is, why do women forgive men quicker than they forgive women? That was a question I got out the beauty shop, so.
Hey, that's a question that I'm gonna leave alone because I
No, we
absolutely-
want to hear.
No, yeah, we need this. You're on the panel. That's the reason you're on the panel.
I think, especially with black